the serene peace of the bronze dungeon. Moss hugs the walls as the sentries bounce lazily around on patrol. And over here is the eager adventurer looting the place for all that it's worth. Yes, that's me, my dear mortal, taking whatever I can from the sliders and guarded piles of loot. I went around a few of them to hopefully score myself some nice goodies. I also realised just how lucky we were last episode, as these things are hard to find. Two of the dungeons in this mod are kind of hard to find, which makes the silver dungeon stand out even more. While this adventure was originally just for dungeon loot, I accidentally did it. I found the mythical item that I've been searching for, Gravitite ore. Gravitite is the Aether's diamond equivalent and is very rare. It's mainly found at the bottom of islands, so a moa is really helpful for checking under them. That'd probably be my biggest piece of advice in this mod. Get a moa as soon as you can, they are a lifesaver. With a name like Gravitite, you can probably imagine what kind of gimmick it has. Well, I couldn't. Rest in peace that one bit of Gravitite. Gone, but not forgotten. We got some pretty nice loot out of those bronze dungeons and a few of the Aether Delights structures. One of the more interesting pieces is the sweat cape. Wearing this allows you to ride on the back of the sweat, as they're now friendly towards you. The acre plants still aren't. Avoid getting hit by one, inebriation is a hell of an effect. Which is why I now have buckets of this stuff. You can use this to make poison darts, and the dungeon chests are rather generous with it. They're also very generous with the jewellery. In the first episode I talked about how there are multiple extra armour slots thanks to the Aether. The pendant and ring slots are filled by these. Iron and gold rings and pendants are purely cosmetic, however if you put them in the freezer, or find them in the chest, you get ice jewellery which gives you the Frostwalker effect on water and lava. Once I got back I smelted the Gravitite I got. Except I didn't smelt it, no that would be too easy. We place it in the enchanter to enchant, spitting out enchanted Gravitite. And god, the most expensive part of this armour is the amount of ambrosium it takes to enchant it. It's 3 per ore. 3! I made this into boots and the helmet and then enchanted it with some rather poor enchants. Before I did all that again for the rest I needed. Don't ask me how long this took. I don't want to talk about it. I am now on episode 21 of the show I was watching though. Silver linings and all that. Talking of silver, tucked away in the large temples lives the Valkyrie Queen, otherwise known as the Silver Boss. And my next target. Once I had the last of my armour, I set off for what would be a fight for my life. In through the front doors, and you may be reminded of the bronze dungeon with the small plateaus of chests. Except these chests bite. Yep, there's mimics in this. They also spawn in the bronze dungeons, it just didn't happen to me. So mind your fingers. Alongside the mimics are the Valkyries themselves, fiercely defending their queen. If you beat one, they will drop a medal. We'll need these to prove to the queen that we are worthy of facing her. To reach the queen, you must first go up 2 floors before you can go down 2 floors to reach her chamber. This is pretty easy, as while the dungeon looks large and imposing, it's actually quite small on the inside. Talking to her will give you 2 options. You can ask her about the place, to which she will say, "This is a sanctuary for us Valkyries who seek rest." The other option is far more simple. "I wish to fight you." Assuming you have the 10 medals needed, you can attack her and start the fight. Ever the honourable opponent, she will allow you to strike first. She has 500 health and will charge and teleport at you. Don't bother trying to use a bow since she gets right up in your face to strike you with her sword. Her attacks are quick and powerful. I thought I was prepared, but I really wasn't. Wasting no time getting back to where I tried again and fared even worse. Clearly I'm going to need a new approach. Reviewing the footage of the last fight, it's not so much a damage problem, but more so she hits really hard kind of problem. For this problem, I believe there are 2 solutions. The first of which involves... No! Please! No! Yeah, we're gonna have to fight the slider again. There are 9 unique pieces of tools and weapons that can be found in the locked chests that you can only open after defeating the slider. We kind of got the worst ones the first time. This time around I'm hoping for a Valkyrie lance and a shield of repulsion. The Valkyrie lance does 7 attack damage like the flaming sword, however it has increased entity reach. This means we won't have to get quite as close to fight her. The shield of repulsion blocks projectile attacks. In the fights earlier you can sometimes see these orbs she spits out that do damage to you. The shield of repulsion will hopefully take the edge off these attacks. And hey, if it doesn't work, it'll make the Zephyrs less of a pain in the butt. From the 2 sliders, I thought I got the items I was looking for and 2 phoenix bows. Their bows were built in flame. I think that makes Zephyr's lives worse, I suppose. Also, look how beautiful I am with the shield of repulsion on. Truly a sight to behold. The second step in my grand plan is to spend more than 30 seconds on enchantments. I just need slightly better protection, that's all, but it's still a little bit of a pain. Less of a pain than dying repeatedly, though. Back here again for what will hopefully be the last time. While the fight was still difficult, the added range and protection certainly helped take the edge off of it. By the end, I was victorious, but it wasn't the same as previous fights. The Valkyrie are a proud race and fearsome protectors of this land. To slay their queen like this does not feel like much of a victory at all. Ooh, shinies! And a completed set of gravitite gear now that I can mount high into the sky. And not take any fall damage, which is the best bit. Just don't jump too high as your parachute will activate. We also got an invisibility cape. Now you see me, now you don't. Yes, a cape that makes you invisible. I'm gonna stick with a sweat cape for now. In the last episode, I said that I wanted to get all 3 of the music discs added in by the Aether, which I did. We got the final one from one of the chests in the Valkyrie's temple. So now we've killed the Valkyrie queen, what's next? Well, instead of some grand temple, we're going to enter the side of a rock, as inside the rock is the SunSpirit, the final boss of the Aether. Because, yeah, this rock is the gold dungeon. Unlike the others, there's no rooms filled with chests to loot. Only the SunSpirit. Speaking with him, he'll repeatedly tell you to get lost and that you don't want to face him. The more you talk to him, the more enraged he'll get, until he's well and truly sick of you and will start his attack. He'll bounce in between these 4 points, slowly setting his inner square on fire. As long as you stick to the outer rim, he won't hit you. His attacks consist of shooting fireballs everywhere that will set you on fire when they make contact. In amongst these fireballs are ice bombs. You have to knock these ice bombs back at him to freeze him. It's only when he's in his frozen state that you can do any damage to him. Basically, this fight is a glorified game of dodgeball against an ancient being of immense power. Should be easy, right? Yeah, right. There is a lot of fire everywhere, and these ice bombs are a pain to hit back. They are quick and they move at such weird angles. Also, did I mention he has 500 health? So I have to do this God knows how many times, and to top it all off, it's Bring Your Child to Work Day, as every time he gets frozen, he spawns a mini-me that will attack you. I almost want to fight the Valkyrie Queen again. It is the regeneration stone that she drops that is helping keeping me alive here, as when equipped in the accessory slot it increases health regeneration. Where's my shield of repulsion I spent half the video going on about? Well, you see, it doesn't actually work on these projectiles. Because they're not the right type of projectile, so I opted not to wear it and to just look pretty instead. By the end of this fight, I figured the best strategy was to walk around the edge, putting the fire out, so when the ice bomb did spawn, I could try and hit it. Did I ever mention that I'm not very good at dodgeball? But when I did hit him, I could race him without having to worry about the fire. Eventually, I hit him one last time. Such bitter cold, is this the feeling of pain? He asks as he falls down defeated. The doors open up behind me as the gold dungeon is finished. And I kill his very persistent son. Sorry, no vengeance today. In amongst all the ashes lies the gold key, and next to it what the SunSpirit fought so valiantly to protect. The Sun Altar. As I've pointed out previously, the Aether has no day-night cycle. Until now. With the power of this altar, I can now manipulate space itself, and to make it night. And then I can make it day. And then night, and then day again, and that's kind of it. Also, you may be wondering if this means you can control the day-night cycle in the overworld, so let's find out. The SunSpirit has no power in this realm. Huh. So yeah, this only affects the Aether and not the overworld. But the rewards in my chest do. Inside I got most of a set of Phoenix armor. This is actually really lucky. When I was testing this mod out, I got 3 pairs of leggings instead. The loot varies. If you're crazy enough to go through all that again for the helmet, and then throw yourself into the nearest body of water, you'll be rewarded with the obsidian armor, the strongest armor in the mod. Alongside this was some chainmail armor, a bit of obsidian, and 2 pig slayer swords. These swords are great for killing pig-based mobs, instantly killing the small ones and quickly killing the larger ones. Now that we have finally liberated the Aether, I wanted to make a few honourable mentions for some of the things in this mod that never made it in elsewhere. One of these is the cockatrice, the evil version of the friendly mower, that spawns in areas with low light levels, which there are a surprising amount of. Alongside the poor cockatrice, many of the weapons were only mentioned by name, so I thought I'd give a brief demo of what I missed. From the bronze dungeon, we have the cloud staff that spawns 2 little cloud companions that shoot snowballs, the hammer that when thrown blows things up, sentry boots that prevents fall damage. Towing the silver and bronze dungeon line is the agility cape that lets you step up blocks instantly. Firmly in the silver category is the lightning sword that does the same as the lightning knives, casting lightning when used. The Valkyrie armor that has the same stats as the gravity set, which is why I didn't bother getting a full set, with the exception of the cape that gives you slow falling. If you have a full set, you get cute little wings and the ability to do a jump mid-air, increasing the amount of time you can glide for. The holy sword that does extra damage to undead mobs. The vampiric blade from the gold dungeon that has a lifesteal effect, draining enemies' health into your own. The life shard also found in the gold dungeon that when eaten will permanently give you an extra heart. The iron bubble that allows you to breathe underwater permanently. And lastly, the candy cane sword. It's a sword made of candy canes that sometimes drops candy canes, not found in any of the dungeons. And there's capes. That's probably about it, I think. And with that, we have covered just about everything that can be found here in the Aether, bringing our time here to an end. This mod was a challenge. The Aether is unforgiving from its bosses to its terrain. Despite all this, I have had fun, and I would definitely recommend you give this mod a go. Whether it's for the unique challenge or the fun nostalgia, I feel like this mod would be great in a larger mod pack, where once things start feeling a little stale, you can switch it up and leave behind your OP gear for a temporary reset. There is an Aether 2 mod that expands even further upon the concept. If people enjoyed this series, then I may check out the Aether 2, or maybe you don't and there's something else you would think I should play instead. Let me know in the comments. If you want more info on this mod, go join their Discord link in the description. They have a whole lore channel dedicated to the world building of the Aether. It's really cool, I'd recommend you go have a read of that. And if you have enjoyed, make sure you subscribe for more modded Minecraft content in the near future. And so, as the night finally draws in over the Aether, I must bid you all a good night.